Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara.
My name is August.
Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. It will just be me soon for another one. Today we're talking about all the new makeup releases, but August got his braids, so if you want to see his braids,
comment down below in the next video. I'm just kidding.
if you want to hang out with me and talk about all the new makeup releases, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think, and if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with those who feel the same way, definitely consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started.
Okay, guys. So,
Wait, no.
Oh.
So how are you?
Good.
I'm great. It is Black Friday, and we're just hanging out here. But I wanted you all to see August braids, so let's zoom on in and let's do the grand reveal.
10, 9,
No, August, let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
August, come on. Look how nice they look. He has been waiting for how long?
1 year.
About a year. Why don't you turn
Well,
around?
kind of 2 years because
It wasn't kind of 2 years.
In,
It wasn't.
in third grade, 2022.
No, okay. Turn around so they can see. Let me just let me move the camera some. Wait, braid can. Oh shoot! I'm not gonna, oh wait, hold on. There we go. All right.
I can shake.
Can shake them. Oh gosh, I'm knocking stuff over, and they just look so nice.
And if I touch them too much, they're gonna get fuzzy. But now I'm starting to get used to that because it's not itching that much now. Okay. And my mom says she's gonna put oil in my hair.
I will put oil in. I will. All right. So,
can I just sit on the bed?
That's fine.
But I'm gonna turn my volume down.
Thank you. All right.
And put my do-rag.
Yeah, do the.
I have to wear a do-rag and a bonnet. Or a bonnet.
Or a bonnet. All right, August. Thank you for that interlude. All right, y'all. So let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat, whichever you prefer. And we are going to go ahead and talk about all of the new makeup releases. So you've seen my two recent videos. One was about having makeup burnout, and another one was about questions that I want to ask myself before I make any purchases. And we are in between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed with all of the sales, but I'm also overwhelmed with the fact that I don't know if all of these sales are really good. Actually, I have a video I want to watch. My friend Jamie did a video about the Black Friday sales. I think it's like whether or not they're good. And I'm honestly a little over it. So what I want to do with makeup releases today, with some of the releases, I want to start thinking about what are some things in my collection that can scratch that makeup itch that I have when I see something that I like. I really would like to focus on becoming more mindful with my purchasing, and that has to begin now. It does. I can't say next year. Next year is here, y'all. I mean, it's not that far away. I need to start right now. And I do have some goals. I need to start right now. Let's get to it. Of course, I'm going to slide over and we're going to get on my girl Jamie's page, Makeup on Your Radar, and we're going to see what we see.
Shout out Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie.
And guys, shout out Mimi for cooking everything on Thanksgiving.
Shout out to Mimi for cooking everything on Thanksgiving. That's I agree.
And Mimi, every Thanksgiving, she lets us sleep over. She cooks for us. There's like a million things, and our belly's full. And everyone goes to her house.
Everyone does.
And she has to plan everything.
She does.
And guys, shout out me, okay?
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with a sneak peek from Sugar Drizzle Polish. This is the Snow Bunny eyeshadow palette. We will see what this is going to look like. It's going to drop tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST. So this video is already going to be up. You can use the code RADAR10 at checkout. We also have a sneak peek from Blairdale MUA Cosmetics, and this is called the Midnight Haze palette. So we're getting into these winter palettes. So I am going to have to do a winter palette video really soon because we probably will own a lot of things already that we can use to scratch that makeup itch. From Rude Cosmetics, this looks like a Bratz collection. I just can't with these phones. I don't know, stuff like this just doesn't really call to me. This is going to drop on the 3rd, so let me know what you think about that. From Shop Edge Beauty, this palette is going to be coming very soon. We have a palette from Gourmande Girls Cosmetics called the Frozen Kiss palette. This is going to come on Friday, December 6th. Ritual Defy is having a sale. You can use the code NOW20 to take 20% off of every full-size product at checkout. I have never tried Ritual Defy, so if you have, let me know. I won't be trying them anytime soon, but I'm just curious if you all like their products. I love how this makeup looks on the models here, but it will not be happening on me anytime soon. It does look like they are unveiling a new collection for Black Friday weekend. It's called The Mortal and the Divine, and there's going to be some limited edition shades. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, Menagerie. I think we talked about the sneak peek of this palette last week. I'm almost sure we did. And I was saying that I was very curious about seeing the palette because Menagerie doesn't really release a lot of palettes. I do have one that they released around this time last year that I still haven't used. This is called the Polar Lights Eyeshadow Palette. It has 9 Frost Multi-Chrome, Duochrome, and Buttery Matte eyeshadows. They are also releasing 2 new Velvet Matte liquid lipsticks, Frozen Mulberry and Arctos. Okay, there's going to be a highlighter that shifts a luminous blue purple, and then there's going to be a glitter topper, and all of this is coming soon. They didn't show any pricing information, but let's just take a look. This is a blue heavy palette, so it's really not up my alley at all. And I haven't really been wearing too many colors, as you can see. But I do love those little murky kind of greeny golds. I mean, it's a really cute palette. The swatches look nice as well. I like that very dark, deep shade. Yeah, that's really pretty. And here we see the liquid lipsticks. And there's the highlighter. The highlighter is probably really nice. This whole collection is going to be a pass for me. Now, as far as comparisons, this color story is pretty unique. I don't have anything that I think would imitate this, but it's just a pass because it's not something that's going to enhance my makeup collection. Look at me. Okay. I'll have to link the video that Ariel and I did. Now this blue right there, Sub-Zero, that's really pretty. I actually think I might have a shade like that in the Cosmic Brushes Wonderland palette if I really, want to wear something like that. So I do like the quality of Menagerie shadows, and I really do like their shimmers. I feel like they're very opaque and they seem to have a bit of a deep base, and I think that's what makes their shimmers unique. I only have 2 palettes from Menagerie. Okay, let's talk about the Clionadh Cosmetics and Bad to the Brow Light Scatters collection. I think this collection is way overdue and well deserved by Millie. I knew it was her collection last week, but I had to act like I didn't know. I am so happy for Millie. She is so knowledgeable and just has so many multi-chrome shades. She does the comparisons, and I think she is amazing at what she does. She's probably the first person that really turned me on to the multi-chromes and the shifty shades. So I think that her having a collab with Clionadh is, I mean, it's just a match made in heaven. She lives in Canada, I believe, and Clionadh is a Canadian brand. And I I received a message from Clionadh on Instagram saying that they had been trying to email me, but my Gmail was messed up and the emails kept bouncing back. They wanted to send me the collection. I hope they still do, because this is so beautiful. And I could easily use these multi-chromes with my mattes that I've been wearing. It'd be a really nice companion palette. I was thinking about purchasing this on my own. I am going to wait and see what Clionadh says, because I did respond. I was like, yes, y'all can go ahead and send it. It looks like we also have, in addition to this 9-pan palette, these shimmer shadow enhancers. So probably will really help with making those shadows pop, even though, you know, Clionadh shades really don't need it. And then there are some polishes. I do have a few of the Clionadh nail polishes, which are very nice. A lot of them have the same names as the stained glass shadows, which is cool. And then there are some brushes. So this is really exciting, and I love to see creators get collabs, especially when it makes sense with brands that make sense. And this one makes sense. There is a Black Friday sale going on, so I'm sure I'll see some information about that. And again, a lot of these sales are going on through Cyber Monday, so I will mention it if I see it. Y'all, I don't know if this needs to leave. I don't know if it needs to stay. I am a fan of Nike. I just bought a bunch of Nike stuff, actually, not just for myself, but for the boys for Christmas. Not that they're looking forward to that, so if for some reason they hear it, they won't care. But Izamaya Beauty is doing a collaboration with Nike Women. I'm not sure if it's just going to be the lipstick, and I love how this Nike swoosh is embossed on the lipstick, but it's going to be gone after the first time. So not sure if it's just going to be like this one shade. I'm curious about the whole thing, but it is going to be something that I'm going to pass on. All right, another creator here, Angelica Nyquist, and her brand Singe Beauty. They are releasing their very first palette, and this is called the Galactic Visitor palette. It is launching as a pre-order, and it launched today, the 29th, and you're seeing this on Saturday, the 30th. So it's already been launched, and this has 10 pigmented mattes, 3 sparkly metallics, 2 duochrome iridescent toppers, and 1 holographic duochrome shadow. The palette is $45, which I think is extremely reasonable. 16 shades, swatches are there, presentation looks great. I think this is a really great launch for Singe Beauty and Angelica Nyquist. I'm really happy for her. I am going to pass on this palette. I was thinking about her collab with Kaleidos that she did a few years ago called Club Nebula, which I really liked that palette. It reminds me of it a little bit. You can definitely see the resemblance, even though it looks like the Galactic Visitor. Take a look at it again. I mean, it's different, but they're like cousins in a way. So I can truly see Angelica in both of these palettes, and it's nice that she can put something out that's like through her own brand. I think that's really cool. This palette is going to be a pass, but let me know if you are purchasing it. I also was noticing the layout. I like how these deeper mattes are on that right column like that. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at her video and see what kind of looks she did. Let me know your thoughts on it if you're thinking about getting it. It looks like you can make a big variety of looks with this palette, but I think to scratch this makeup itch, I'm gonna have to pull out Club Nebula if I feel like this is too tempting. I'm really not tempted by this, but I think it is a really nice release. Speaking of Club Nebula, it also reminds me of this palette here from DD Signature, which we talked about last week, and this palette is called the Fearless Holiday. It is 20 pans, magnetic, and it's $44.99. Also another really good price. You actually get more shades with this palette than Angelica's palette. But let me just look at Club Nebula one more time, because I It's not the same, right? It's not going to be exactly the same. Fearless Holiday, it's got like some more oranges in there, the vibrant reds. But as far as having that galactic kind of vibe, I can get that with my Club Nebula palette. So I know exactly where it is. And if I am feeling tempted, I'm going to pull that out. This is going to be a pass. Let me know your thoughts on it. It is very beautiful. Yes. I even think that some of the shades that Jamie did in her collection that she did with DD Signature, some of these mattes remind me of some of the ones in that collection as well. And I have shimmers galore here in this room. Please let me know if you purchased it. It does say that this is a pre-order. Okay, looks like Glamlight has some lip kits. Definitely going to be a pass. I'm sure we all have enough lipstick and gloss in our lives. And just a little bit of information. This is the Desserts lip kits. There's 6 different flavors, and it has a lip liner and a nourishing lip gloss infused with vitamin E. And there's a Black Friday price. Now see, here's a brand that is putting something new on sale. It is $10, so you're saving $8, and you can use the code Black Friday. Why are brands that I don't want to shop anything from having to, never mind, let me just move on. Black Friday sale information from DD Signature. You can get up to 50% off, and this is going to go through December 2nd, so check them out. Now, one thing I do like is that you can stack a code on sale. That's great. And you can use Radar 10. Yep, stack the code with the sale. That's what I'm talking about, DD Signature. All right, Give Me Glow. We talked about this palette, the new release of the Juicy Olive palette. And we're gonna have to talk about the My Little Teddy palette. I've got some comparisons for that. We have Pastel Dreams, and then the Two Moods pre-order, Bad Witch Club. All right, so we talked about a lot of this last week, but the Teddy palette collection wasn't out yet. But that's beautiful, and I remember really liking it last week, but I am gonna be liking it from afar because I really don't need all of these greens. The pastel palette's an easy pass for me. I do have the Natasha Denona pastel palette, but I'm not really itching to use pastels. I did own Two Moods when it initially released, but I sold it because I felt like a lot of the shades were similar. It was kind of hard to see the way that package was presented, the older packaging. This is a little bit easier to see, and I'm really glad that they changed the design. But I don't have a need for a mauve palette. I could probably use Natasha Denona Retro to get some of those looks. This is a little brighter than Retro, I think, but I can pass on that. Bad Witch Club, I just don't itch to use these colors. I was thinking about the Clarity Cosmetics Bloom palette maybe. And there's one from Unearthly too. I can't remember the name of that palette, but it reminds me of this. So yeah, this is going to be a pass. We are going to look at the My Little Teddy palette a little bit in depth because this is the palette that really called my name. Oh my gosh, this palette is beautiful. See, and I didn't see these swatches. So the palettes I'm going to compare it to, the swatches, the shimmers, I don't know if they're going to compare. But I also realized I haven't been wearing a lot of shimmers, and the shimmers that I wear are a lot more low key. So let's just look at this collection a little bit more in depth, and I'll show you the palettes I was thinking about. And I'm sure you can come up with some as well. So here's the collection, which is very adorable. The presentation is very cute. They've got some like teddy bear embossings and decorations on everything. But let me go back to the palette. You see the little teddy bears there. I do think that some of these shades are going to show up similar on the eyes. So it's probably not going to, it's not going to really enhance anything in my collection. Let me just see what else. Okay, so we've got liners and matte lipsticks, which absolutely love these colors. Oh, I love colors like this. The names are really cute. Looks like we've got some glosses here. So let's just talk about some comparisons really fast. Right away, I thought about the Biba palette. Now, this is not going to be a dupe. It's just if I'm feeling the browns, which I am a lot lately, this is going to help me out with that. A lot of similar shades here. We have the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette, which has some beautiful brown mattes. I'm actually wearing the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette in light right now. So some of these colors you can see in the Give Me Glow palette. We have the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette, which is another one. It's got some of those deeper shades. And then lastly, the Natasha Denona Glam palette. So me having all of those palettes, I've got the perfect mix of the warm browns and the cool browns. The only thing that might be a little lackluster are the shimmers, but I also have lots of indie shimmers. So I can easily pass on this Teddy collection, and that's what I'm gonna tell myself. It is really cute. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. I really do like it. All right, we talked about this Hippie Soul last week from NBA Cosmetics, and this has released, and it is a limited edition. And it says, wait a minute. Oh, but it says if they sell out, they'll have more in 3 weeks. So it's not like that limited at this time. So we have the 6 sparkly rainbow multi-chrome shadows. Oh, and there are the swatches. Notice how they swatched it going straight across. So you can do that. I would just mix it all up. This is just not a release for me. And I think if I get the itch, I've got all of my Clionadh shades and Terra Moons and Devinahs and all of those. I do think the weaving type of embossing and pattern looks really cool, but we're not buying it for the packaging. That was also in the last video. So I'm gonna move on. $46 for that palette, and you can use the code RADAR10 at checkout. We talked about the Desert Witch palette last week, and I said I was gonna pass on that. I still feel the same. We did not talk about this, however. This was sneak peeked a while ago from Glaminatrix, and now we do see there are 4 palettes. When I saw all of these together and looked at the swatches, it reminded me a bit of a rainbow type palette, and the one that I thought would be kind of comparable, not really in a way, but I thought about the Denessa Myricks Freedom palette. Now I know this palette is a little bit different because this one's all shimmers, but I think I would prefer to have this one. This palette has a lot more uniqueness with it because you can move the shades around and stack the palettes. This one isn't even a release for me, but if I was looking at the two, this is just the palette that came to mind as a comparison. But we've seen a plethora of these rainbow type palettes coming out over the past, I would say, year or two. And so if I had to choose, the green one I really like, and the one with the kind of that orange shade leaning more neutral, I think that's really pretty too. And the other two would be a pass. So the names are Elegant Eyes, Entrancing Eyes, Exquisite Eyes, and Elevated Eyes. Those names remind me of Charlotte Tilbury. All right, so each palette is $55 in AUDs, and you can get the whole collection for $200. So let's just see what that is, and that is available now. So about $35, that's not bad. And then the whole collection is $130. So that's the same price pretty much as the Denessa Myricks palette, although I think the Denessa Myricks palette is sold out on her site, which sucks because she's having 35% off. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let me know what you think about this Glaminatrix collection. I do think it is a good collection for their brand. These are magnetic palettes as well, and the matte formula is new. Bobby, no, I'm not doing this. Not the Chinese New Year. I'm not doing that. Not for January 2025. Oh, I did get upset about this palette. Now, this did sell out, I believe, But I put it in my cart just like playing around, and then Jamie had messaged me and I was just thinking about it, and I think she agreed. The palette's in your cart. You can use the 10% off. I think that brought the palette down from $75 to $69. And then you have the $15 shipping, which brings it up to the $80 price range. And then somebody else also mentioned they have the root protection, which is $5. I don't know if this palette is worth it for me. That's how I was feeling. So I honestly decided against it, and I still think I may try to see if I have these mattes in my collection. I'm really happy with that decision, although I really think the palette's beautiful. I just can't do it, y'all. It's gorgeous, but it's just, I'm gonna have to admire from afar. There were some other items in this collection, but the palette was really what I was looking at. So let me know if you purchased anything and how you feel about the shipping. I mean, I paid $15 for shipping for Clionadh, and they're in Canada. I think Insling Rain is here. I'm 100% sure that they are. So I'm not sure why the shipping is the way that it is. Y'all can let me know, like, if you have any information on that, but I'm not going to be finding out. Now, hold on now, because that looks like, hold on, that looks like the little hippie collection. What was it called? Soul? I don't know. But this is the Look Healthy Store official Delancey Dream Player polarized holographic eyeshadows. Y'all can let me know. They look the same. Just saying. Hold on, let me go back. Like, oh, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. This Tripping Shade. Let me see. Now they look almost the same. Let's see if anybody has commented, because I'm curious. Isn't Delancey the brand that plagiarized Freya 86? I could totally be wrong. No, but they do look the same. So I'm not getting it anyway, but they do look the same. We talked about this Lethal collection last week, and I'd love to know if any of you purchased it. I was saying that the Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette is a condensed version of this. This is beautiful. I really love that khaki colored mascara. So I'd love to know if any of you got it. It's the Spellcraft palette. We do have the Artitude Cosmetics palette here. And last week, all I saw was the Vintage Neutrals palette, but they had some promo for the Urban Neutrals, and I was talking about how I didn't like it. The palette, if I had to choose, I like the Urban Neutrals palette over the Vintage Neutrals. Really pretty. And I was thinking about like the coolness of it, and maybe you could get some of those shades in the Blend Bunny Longing palette. Maybe, maybe not. But I think that when it comes to cool tone palettes, that's one that really stands out in my collection that I will pull out to do a look, but I haven't yet. It's still sitting there brand new. If you did order this palette, it's a pre-order, and it's going to ship in 1 to 2 weeks. And they are having a Black Friday sale, which I'm not sure if it includes this or not. This is going to be a pass, but let me know your thoughts. We have the 2 palettes and the brushes. And there's another cool tone palette I'm going to skip to because it also made me think about the Longing palette. Not exactly. It might be a little stretch. But, oh, there's another palette too. This is the Sassy Fairy and Bella Beauté Bar palette. This is called Realm of Fairies. I think of all the palettes this week that I've seen, this is the one that I really, really like. It is just beautiful. The purples in here, just the whole color story and the way it's put together, I think is excellent. This is I don't know, this is one of the, I don't want to say it's one of the best palettes I've seen this year, but this is one of the better palettes I've seen. I like it. Let's see how much it's going to be as a whole story here. I am not sure how much this palette is. So if you do know, please put it in the comment section. It is very pretty. It is going to launch on December 6th at 12 p.m. EST. Now, let me talk about my comparisons. So I was talking about the Longing palette from blends, and I don't think the Long palette is really a good comparison. I was thinking about a couple of those purple shades, but the one palette that I think is a better comparison, or a better palette to scratch the itch, might be this Dreamer palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. And I'm really looking at the 6 shades on the right part of the palette, like the little 6 pan there. I'm just thinking, how much would I use the Bella Beauté Bar palette, and would it really add something to my collection, especially when I'm not really going anywhere? I am still more comfortable with the warmer tones than the cooler tones, but I really like this color story, so it's tempting. It's giving me like purple xenon vibes, like if xenon were a purple palette. I know it's a stretch because it's not, but that's what it's giving me. It's really nice. I mean, swatches could really seal the deal for me with this palette, because I think this is going to be one of the more unique palettes that I've seen this year. How practical is this palette for me? Probably not very practical. So let me know what you think about that. So I'm really talking through this, y'all, because I realize I am impulsive and I have to stop. There are a lot of fragrance releases as well, and I'm going to be skipping some of them. I will mention a few that caught my eye. So this lipstick is from the new Cosmic Brushes collection. So I want to skip down to that. Here is the collection. It's called 'Tis the Season. The palette is $37. The 2 blushes are $16 a piece, and the 2 lipsticks are $13 a piece. And the Sinister box, what is the Sinister box? What's that? Let me see what the Sinister box is. Are these cream blushes? Looks like it. I don't know what the Sinister box is, but you can get the whole collection for $59. I don't know what the other thing is, but that's okay, because I'm not getting any of it. And the palette that I thought about that I have in my collection that's giving me this festive vibe would be the Merry Christmas palette from Odin's Eye. Again, it is not the same. The 'Tis the Season palette has some purples in there that are missing in this Odin's Eye palette. But I think for these festive holiday looks, I'm going to pull this one out. This has been one of my favorites from Odin's Eye over the years. And, you know, I need to take it out and check on it, because, you know, the shimmers be drying up. So I hope that does not happen. I hope I don't see that when I pull the palette out, but that's going to keep me from purchasing this collection. Again, there is that row of purples in there, but I've got palettes for that. I just don't think this is a palette I would really see myself wearing beyond during a video. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on it, but I love how Cosmic Brushes is still able to keep their prices low. I don't know how they do it. Even with the shipping, I don't even think their shipping is $15. It might be $14, but they're overseas, so that makes a little more sense. So let me know your thoughts on that one. Wicked Widow Beauty is doing a restock of this palette. I forget what it's called, and they're also having discounts up to $40, and that's going to go from Black Friday today, or yesterday when you're seeing this, to Monday at 12 a.m. EST. So let me know if you ended up getting anything from this collection. The lipsticks are great, like really unique colors, which is cool. They have the Crow collection that came back. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that. We talked about the Notoriously Morbid palette, and it says that you can use NMBF30 for 30% off of your order. It does say that the Mean One eyeshadow palette, oh wait a minute, it says they have amazing products for sale, not on sale. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out and see. I'm not getting it, but I'm just curious. This fragrance right here from Aroma Concepts, I looked at this one earlier. It jumped out at me because there's some pistachio and hazelnut, but I'm like, I gotta chill on the pistachio. I gotta chill out. And they are having a sale. Aroma Concepts is having a nice sale as well. Here is the Glacial Glow Highlighter from Menagerie. I was going to see, did they do a swatch? But this is really pretty. Let's see. Nope. Nope, no swatches. So sorry. I wanted to mention this perfume. This is the Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium Flanker, and it's called Glitter. And I just wore the cherry one the other day. I don't know where I said it, the over red. But I'm curious about this one because this one's got the marshmallow note. So you see, you know, these fragrances, the notes come around. We just had the KLE marshmallow release. So this one's got marshmallow musk, accord, vanilla, sugar, and then the coffee and white florals. That's kind of the DNA of the Black Opium fragrances. So I'll probably end up trying that one out, but let me know your thoughts. I love the marshmallow. I love everything about it. We have the Chikuhodu Collection 2025. This is an antique pink brush set. How much? How much? $179. This is a no. We have the Willy Wonka Collection Reveal from Glamlight Cosmetics. Who else? And I was looking at the palette. I immediately thought about the Dirty Martini. No, the Chocolate Martini palette that they came out with a year or so ago, where you've got those neutrals and a little hint of purple. Not exactly the same. You know, this has way more purples and more shades, but these are the brown tones, really reminded me, in that gold remind me of the Chocolate Martini palette. We also have got some lip sets here, highlighter, lip care duo, a sponge. All of this is a pass, y'all. It's just too much. This launched already, and I'd like to know if you got anything. You can get the full collection, $97.50. That has a 25% discount, and you get the PR box, or you could get it for $86.25. You would not get the PR box. The Black Friday sale is 24 hours only. You can get the 25% off the entire Willy Wonka collection on Black Friday with the code Wonka. So let me know if you purchased that. I would love to know. Here are the swatches of that Urban, what's it called? Urban Neutrals palette. These swatches were making me think of The Longing, you know, instead of looking at it straight on like at the pans, the swatches I was thinking. But yeah, it's a really, really nice color story. And I do agree, Steven, I am not into the name or the promo with the headphones. I'm just like, what is this? What's happening here? Yeah, there it is, the headphones and the sneakers. Boy, come on. No. I should give you the sound, but I'm not. I should. Swatches of the 'Tis the Season palette from Cosmic Brushes. They always do such a great job with their swatches. Look at that fiery one right there. That's so pretty. It's going to be a pretty pass. But let me know if you got it. We have the shade Blood Moon from Devinah Cosmetics. Very pretty. It is live in the shop and ready to be wish listed for the Black Friday sale, which has already started. Started on the 27th. And the discounts were from 30% off to 50% off with no code. So let me know if you purchased anything from Devinah. They're always always a sure win when I purchase from them, which hasn't been much, but their shadows are lasting through the test of time with me. And they're always ones I come back to, especially in my build your own palette videos. They're some of my favorites. We've got, okay, I was trying to understand this release from Viseart because all Viseart releases look the same. And it says that this is a Black Friday sale surprise archives collection launch. So it looks like they're taking beloved shades and putting them in a palette, maybe something. I don't know. So that's what we have here, and it is a definite pass. I don't even know what's going on. But let me know your thoughts on that. I just have decided Viseart is not a brand for me, even though the quality is nice. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's just the truth. Decided against the Fatally Yours collection from Melt and Bailey Sarian. This palette's just a little... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the color story, and I didn't bother to compare it to anything because I just wasn't even tempted. But let me know how you feel about it. I'd love to watch some videos and see, because her last collection palette just did not do well with me. So I'd love to know, but it's going to be a pass. And let me just see if we have some pricing, because $225, what? Oh no, I guess for the bundle. There's different bundles, but no thank you. The palette's $48 if you are interested. Was looking at this one from Navitus, Vanilla Eclat, or Eclat, $170. They need travel sizes, I'm sorry. We do have top notes of Sicilian bergamot. Oh, basmati rice. That's interesting. And coconut cream. Heart notes of Sri Lankan cinnamon, caramel, spices and buttermilk. And base notes of Sri Lankan sandalwood, Paraguayan guaiac wood, Madagascar vanilla, and amber. And that is going to be a pass. I love me some vanilla though. What else? We're kind of getting down, I think, to where we were last week. We've got the molten metals from Gloss Gods. I was looking at these swatches. I was like, this looks really, really nice, but I definitely have this color story more than once. So that's going to be a pass. As far as pricing, the bundle is $52. So there's the palette, loose pigments, and lip oil. So that's what you would get. But the palette itself is $42, which I don't think is bad. Let me know. Sneak peek from Devinah Cosmetics. We'll have to wait on that. We have the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale from Clionadh, which is happening now and is going until December 3rd. It does say that the affiliate code stack on most items, including stained glass collection multi-chromes. Oh, I wonder. Oh, 20% off the Paleo, Archeo, and Oceano palettes. And 20% off the Deep Sea Treasures palette. See, I wanted that last year. But I went back and forth on the Paleo, Archeo, and Oceano palettes. I tried to imagine the palettes without the packaging, because I feel like that packaging was really distracting. But I'm just going to think about it. I'm not sure. The Dragon Fruit palette, that kind of let me down. But that's 25% off. And then we've got the 15% off the Stained Glass Collection multi-chromes. Bundles and singles excluding the 9 newest. So I'm not buying singles, so the singles aren't tempting me right now, but it is the palette. They do have 25% off of the nail polishes. So we've got some other things. 40% off of accessories. All right. If you do have the Paleo, Archeo, and Oceano palette, let me know your thoughts. The Oceano palette I feel like was really blue heavy, so it wasn't that palette, but the other two I was kind of interested in. We have 35% off from Blend Bunnies. That's going to end on Sunday, December 1st at 9 a.m. PST using the code Black Friday. I think we're pretty much going into where we left off last week. This Clean Reserve fragrance I think is going to release on December 6th. It's called Whipped Cherry. Wild cherry, apple, blossom, and vanilla cream. You know, I want that. I love cherry. Maybe the travel size for $32. So let me know what you think about that. What is this? Oh, they're blushes. Hey. Okay. I'm not doing that dandelion. I think that's it. Hey y'all, I'm just about done editing the video and I saw that it happens so often where my footage will freeze the screen record when I try to play it back in the video. But none of the other avenues had anything worth talking about. So you're just going to see a frozen screen and then we're going to get to the end. I'm just going to skip through that real quick. Let's go to Tremu and see what we see over here on this avenue. Starting to see the Chinese New Year stuff. I'm not clicking on it. I refuse. I'm not really seeing anything. All right, let's go to Point Click Voips. I mean, I like not seeing anything that I want to click on. I think this is great. Let's go to Chic Profile 4. Thomas, I'm not doing it. And let's go to I Meet Beauty Talk 2. I don't think there's anything that I want to talk about. So I'm going to move over and we're going to close this one out. So I hope that some of the comparisons that I gave in this video, they might have been a little off, but the whole point of it is me doing what I said I was going to start doing in the last video, was asking myself, is this going to enhance my collection? I mean, I'm trying to ask myself all 10 questions, but I'm thinking about the ones that stand out to me. Is it going to enhance my collection? Do I need it? And do I already own something similar? This has really helped me talk myself out of these releases. The Bella Beauté Bar palette is spectacular looking. I have to say, it really is. The Clionadh palettes just kind of popped up on me, but I remember really, really wanting them. But I think what I need to do is look at those swatches again without that background packaging. The one that really attracted me was the lighter one. I thought it had a more neutral vibe, but I recall that it really didn't when I looked at the swatches. So I'm gonna have to look at that again. I'm trying not to get too caught up in every single fragrance post, because a lot of the fragrances are going to have those gourmand notes that I like right now. Pistachio and chocolate and vanilla and sandalwood and all that stuff. So I kind of had to just tune a little bit of that out. And I think that's it. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I want to say last Black Friday, I didn't do so great. Now, I'm not saying I'm doing great right now, but I think with the makeup part of Black Friday, I am. This is the first year where I've started Christmas shopping this early, so I have been spending a lot of money on Nike and some other places. I mentioned Nike earlier, but just trying to get that out of the way, because I really want to focus on just like enjoying time and not feeling rushed. And a lot of that's going to come with my organization. So I've really been purposeful in writing down like what are the things I want to get for the boys, and when they come in, checking it off and just feeling organized in that way. Like, this will be the most organized Christmas I think I've ever done as far as Christmas shopping goes. So I'm really happy about that, and I'm happy about how I looked through the makeup this week. Let me know if it's helpful to pull out comparisons or pop pictures up, because I really do want to be more mindful, and I feel like a lot of us in this community are going in that direction. I don't think we're going to ever stop loving makeup, but I think many of us want to start loving our collection and not just pushing stuff off to the side because something new came into our lives, you know, because a lot of the makeup we have is really, really good. That's why sometimes when you stop your stash, you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot about how great this was. I never got to really see how great it was because I immediately bought something else to replace it and didn't even really use the product. So that's going to be it for this video. Let's continue the chat down below as far as the new makeup releases. If there's anything that I forgot, let me know, and I'll make sure we talk about it next week. And the one thing that I do want to share, I wasn't even going to share anything about it, but if FRIZZFACE would be starting tomorrow, and this is the first year, this would be the 5th year of FRIZZFACE, and I'm not saying I'm not doing it, but I'm not saying that I am. I don't want to go through the motions of putting up a video every day that's like for the sake of putting up a video every day. So I'm just at this moment not sure. I know the reason that a lot of people do Vlogmas is because the AdSense is higher, and you know, you may bring in a little bit more. I want to, like, whatever I do in December, I definitely want it to be a premiere every time, but I'm just not sure if I'm physically going to be able to do every day. But at this moment, it's all still up in the air. I think the most important thing for me is that the videos that I'm doing are like quality, you know. It's not just throwing something up to be throwing it up. Yeah, I know I can't really batch film or film a bunch of stuff ahead. My guy Marky, he's having a dental procedure on Monday, so you know, I'm really this first week gonna be focused on his recovery with it. So yeah, y'all, I'll keep y'all posted. I do want to do a Q&A, so I did post on my Instagram stories like questions. Like, if you have questions, I've never done it before, so I would really be excited to see what questions you all in the community have for me. So if you want to put them in the comment section, if you don't mind like putting it in there, you can, or you could just DM me on Instagram at Beauty and the Frizz. You can email them to me if you want, beautyandthefrizz@gmail.com. if you want to ask me any questions. I think it would really be fun. And if you have any ideas like for what you want to see on this channel, because you know I'm in this big transition time, if you didn't know, I am, as far as how I want to continue on and talk about beauty, but not always talk about new beauty all the time. Let me know what you want to see. If it's not beauty, let me know that too. I don't know. Let me know, because I feel like it's our channel, you know, and it's our community, and we have a really great community here, and I'd love to know what you have to say and what you think and what you want to see. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. You know it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe. And you know I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Go on, blow up your ear.